When a Hollywood A-lister says he's grateful for a breakup after 9 years together, you have to ask yourself, grateful for what exactly? Orlando Bloom just broke his silence on his split from Katy Perry, and his carefully chosen words reveal more about the celebrity PR machine than they do about genuine emotion. While everyone's focusing on his polite statements about co-parenting, the real story lies in what he's not saying and the strategic timing of when he chose to speak.
I'm great, man. I'm so grateful. We have the most beautiful daughter. We're like, it's you know, when you leave everything on the field like I did in this movie, I feel grateful for all of it. And we're great. We're going to be great. It's nothing but love.
The timing of Bloom's first major interview about the split wasn't coincidental. On September 5th, 2025, just as he's promoting his new boxing film, The Cut, Bloom appeared on The Today Show with Craig Melvin. When asked about the breakup, his response was textbook damage control. "I'm great, man. I'm so grateful. We have the most beautiful daughter," he said, before adding, "You know, when you leave everything on the field like I did in this movie, I feel grateful for all of it." Notice how he immediately pivoted to promoting his film? This wasn't a heartfelt confession. It was a calculated media appearance designed to control the narrative while serving his career interests. The language Bloom chose is particularly telling. "I'm so grateful" and "nothing but love." These aren't the words of someone processing a genuine emotional loss. They're the sanitized phrases of someone who's been coached by publicists. When you've been with someone for nearly a decade, engaged for 6 years, and share a child together, grateful is an odd choice of words. It suggests relief rather than sadness, strategy rather than spontaneity. What exactly is he grateful for? The end of a relationship that sources say was showing cracks for months? But that wasn't the whole story. The official confirmation of their split came in July 2025, but the cracks had been visible long before that. Sources close to the couple told US Weekly that the breakup had been a long time coming, and that things were not looking good for months. This contradicts the narrative of an amicable, mutual decision that both camps have been pushing. If everything was so amicable and full of love, why were insiders suggesting trouble had been brewing for months? The disconnect between the public statements and the behind-the-scenes reality raises serious questions about what we're really being told. The social media trail tells a different story than the official statements. Before any confirmation, both Bloom and Perry were dropping cryptic hints that something was wrong. Bloom shared mysterious Instagram stories about new beginnings and bravely overcoming fears. Language that doesn't align with someone who's supposedly grateful and at peace. Perry, meanwhile, was performing "I'm Still Breathing" in Sydney and telling audiences, "This song is about a breakup, and this Tim Tam saved me." These weren't the actions of two people handling an amicable split. They were the behaviors of individuals processing real emotional pain while trying to maintain public facades. The co-parenting narrative has become the safe haven for celebrity breakups, and Bloom leaned heavily into it during his Today Show appearance. "We have the most beautiful daughter," he emphasized, positioning 5-year-old Daisy as the reason they'll remain connected. But here's what doesn't add up. If co-parenting was always the priority, why did it take them 6 years of engagement to realize they couldn't make it work as a couple? The focus on their daughter feels like a deflection from the real issues that caused the split. It's easier to talk about being great co-parents than to address what went wrong in the relationship itself. And what happened next would challenge the official narrative even more. The couple had been engaged since February 2019, but never actually made it down the aisle. 6 years is a long engagement by any standard, but for two people supposedly committed to building a life together, it suggests deeper hesitations. They dated on and off since 2016, broke up briefly in 2017, got back together, got engaged, had a child, and then never actually got married. This pattern points to fundamental incompatibilities that no amount of grateful statements can cover up. The reasons given for the split, busy schedules and touring, are the Hollywood equivalent of "it's not you, it's me." These are successful entertainers who've been managing demanding careers for years. Suddenly, in 2025, they couldn't figure out how to balance work and relationship. Perry's touring schedule wasn't a surprise development, and Bloom's acting commitments aren't exactly breaking news. The real issues likely run much deeper than scheduling conflicts, but admitting that would require a level of honesty that doesn't align with their carefully crafted public images. The complexity of their modern blended family adds another layer to this story. Perry has publicly praised her relationship with Bloom's ex-wife, Miranda Kerr, calling her like a sister and expressing gratitude for their blended family dynamic. But maintaining these relationships while dealing with a breakup requires an enormous amount of emotional labor. Bloom's emphasis on being grateful might reflect the relief of no longer having to navigate these complex family dynamics while trying to save a failing relationship. Sometimes gratitude isn't about what you're gaining, it's about what you're finally free from. What we're really witnessing is the Hollywood PR machine in full effect. Bloom's grateful statement, the emphasis on co-parenting, the timing with his movie promotion, it's all been carefully orchestrated to minimize damage to both their brands. The real Orlando Bloom, the one posting cryptic quotes about overcoming fears and new beginnings, tells a different story than the one we're being sold. When celebrities break up, we get the sanitized version designed to protect their marketability, not the messy human truth of relationships that simply don't work. The most revealing aspect of Bloom's statement isn't what he said, but what he didn't say. There was no mention of love lost, no acknowledgement of the years they spent trying to make it work, no real emotion behind the polished words. "I feel grateful for all of it" sounds like someone who's relieved to be moving on, not someone mourning the end of a significant relationship. Perhaps that's the most honest thing about his entire statement. The gratitude isn't for the relationship itself, but for the fact that it's finally definitively over. So, the next time a celebrity tells you they're grateful for a breakup, remember Orlando Bloom's carefully timed, strategically worded statement. Sometimes gratitude isn't about appreciation, it's about liberation. And sometimes the most revealing thing about a celebrity statement isn't what they're telling you, it's what they're desperately trying not to say.